Welcome in everybody to a brand new season, brand new show. Same old Pete and Joe here with the Rougarou. I guess right now we're going to call it the weekly podcast, but technically podcast, I think that whole word is overrated. We are going to be on Spotify at some point after I record it and send it up there, but then it'll be a podcast. But right now it's going to be a show and putting the band back together, huh, my friend?
Yeah, no, it's good to be back, right, Pete? It's a long off season, but it's going by pretty quick, right? Kind of knocking on the door here in August, and then after August, going to be September, and then hockey season, right?
Yeah, we're right around the corner. I mean, at the end of August, training camp starts, so I will be down in Shreveport. I don't know if you're going to join me for that, but you will be um, here for, I believe, the season opener. But before we even get to that, I kind of spilled the beans here because a couple weeks ago it was announced that the Rougarou have relocated to Shreveport. It's our new home, and that being said, um, we're looking forward to something new beginnings, and welcome to Shreveport. And that's that. Now the move has been official. We're about 90 miles west of the Monroe Civic Center in the city of Monroe. And as always, we thank all the people in Monroe for, their hospitality and treating the kids so good and everything. And new season, new chapter in the story of the Bayou State Rougarou. Joe, what do you look forward to here coming in?
I think it's always fun, getting to meet the players, right? Every time they come in, always exciting. Start of the hockey season, so it's going to be fun, right? You and me came in just last year, probably a few games in around November, I think, somewhere around there, maybe just before Thanksgiving, and then getting the chance to know all the players and meeting them and hanging out with them on the side, whether it's skating, on the ice or what have you, right? So getting to meet the players is always so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. We had so much fun with the guys last year, and one thing I really stands out in my mind is the respect that the kids had. They, such good young men we had on this team last year. Very respectful. We'd walk into the locker room, and one of the funny things was I don't care how loud the music was, they shut it off. And address us because maybe they always thought we had something profoundly to say. Who knows? Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. But brand new arena. I've already been out there a few weeks back and took a look at it, and boy, it's going to be a really cool place. It's very homey, I guess you would say. Old arena at George's Pond at Hirsch Memorial Coliseum. It's going to be great. We're going to be the kids are going to really be welcome there, and so far the Shreveport Mudbugs really have welcomed us with open arms, and their ownership, general manager, everybody have been great, and it's we're looking forward to it. It's a very much a family atmosphere.
Yeah, you were just down there not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, right, with Brad. So, I wasn't down there. I've never been to that arena, but I know, Pete, you were speaking pretty highly of it, texting me, pretty excited, right, all the photos you ended up sending me down there. everything looked like, even the broadcast booth, right? So it looks like a nice arena, and obviously, Shreveport, the Mudbugs, getting the chance to talk to some of their staff, right, treating us with respect and everything, and opening us with, open arms. So, looking forward. It's going to be an exciting season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to getting back in the booth with you as well. I feel like, the funny thing is, it, it seems like we have months away, right, from what we do. But once you, I don't know, get back in front of a microphone, you put the headset on, and the sport that you love is in front of you. It just comes right back, and I'm sure we're gonna tear it up with God only knows what we what we're gonna say or do, but it's gonna be great. We're gonna bring everything we possibly can. I think throw the kitchen sink at it, if you will. I'll be using those terms. I got to come up with some new terms this year, maybe. But you never know. You never know what things are going to say in the broadcast, and I think we're going to gun for that broadcast of the year here in the NA3HL, which I think we can pull off.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun every time we get the chance to put the headset on. I mean, I haven't put one on since the last hockey game went back in April, so it's been quite a while. But looking forward to it. And yeah, our broadcast always so much fun. We're always trying to progress and make it as best we can, and trying to push the standard of the league. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's something that we do. We just have fun doing what we do, and I think the more fun everybody has together, the more we get accomplished. And we're going to treat it with professionalism and honesty, and we're just going to put some good work in and really make it something, because the kids deserve it, the families deserve it. We enjoy the time we have with the kids, and even the players that may be scratched or suspended or whatever the case may be. We'll always welcome them to the broadcast. I'm sure we'll have some extra microphones and things for them to get on, and it's a nice way for them to connect to the family and friends back home, and even the ones that'll now be in Shreveport as well, saying, hey, I know that kid, and so forth. So, and then they get to call make some calls on their buddies out there on the ice, which is always fun as well.
Yeah, we had a few of them up there last year, up and hanging out with us, right? I mean, I guess it's not always good, though, when you do have the players come to join us, because usually that means they got in trouble doing something. We had Evan McCreary up there, Jared Lang. I mean, we had all the guys, one time rotating, but a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new players joining the team.
Yeah, I am too, and we have some familiar faces as well coming back on board. So, like I said, I'll be there at the end of the month, for end of August. I'm already pushing this into August, but we are close. I'll be up there for training camp and see how that goes, and a report on that as well. And as we take a real quick look back last season, inaugural season for the Rougarou, they finished the season 14-32-0-1, made the playoffs. Just got in there, and unfortunately, you played the Drillers in the first round, which it didn't last long. The Drillers are just one of those teams that they don't go away; they keep on plugging. However, the Drillers did not win the NA3HL championship last season, so I guess that's the one thing we can say that, thank goodness for that move. But great team. I mean, you really can't take anything away from them. Danny Smith does a nice job down there with those boys, and it's nice to also have that rivalry in your own state as well in Louisiana, and we'll be seeing them quite a bit as well, especially in that first series at George's Pond, the 11th, 12th, and 13th of September.
Yeah, they had quite the run last season, the Drillers. I mean, 46 wins, 0 regulation losses, and 1 overtime loss. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive when you can pull something like that off. They had 93 points, first place in the Southeast Division. So they were on a tear last year. But falling short in the championship, that was not something I thought was going to happen. I thought they were going to win the whole thing just with that record, right, and how good that team was. I mean, we watched them play Rougarou quite a few times. But, for this team, though, in the Rougarou, I mean, making the playoffs for the first time in their inaugural season, I mean, they went 14-32, 0-1, 29 points. So not bad for your first season, and only going to get better. And they got better as they started the year, too.
Second partner, I switched my microphone around. Apparently my microphone was a little low on my other one, so hey, we've got backups.
Did not want to change the batteries on the other one before the start of this podcast. It was not ready for that.
No, that what it is I I've got a plastic XLR on this, and I just don't think it's a high quality, and it just doesn't let me do kind of what I want to do with it. So hopefully that's a little bit better. Appreciate it, Brad, for giving me the yell. He said, my volume's low, and everybody actually texted me and said my volume's low. I'm glad I looked at my phone. It's on vibrate. Yours is a little high, but hey, you know what? Maybe it's making up for your height. I don't know. That's fine. We'll start never too early to talk about the height differences. But
it's too early for me. It's still 9 o'clock, but maybe not for you guys down in Louisiana.
Yeah, you are. That's correct. You are on the West Coast still in Santa Clara at the moment.
Yep, but any new guys coming in, Pete, to this team, or any new information you can share with the fans?
Yes and no. I mean, we had some. I haven't done too much research on the players. I'm starting the game boards a little bit and kind of looking into that and getting those things. I mean, we do have a lot of. You and I do a lot of work behind the scenes as far as that's concerned. It's trying to get all the information out that we possibly can as far as players, new players, player stats. I mean, and you want to talk about it, quick players stats. Last year we had Ethan Tiernan with the 45 goals, 73 points, leading the team in those two categories, followed by Dennis Portnoy, who had 34 goals and 61 points. I believe Portnoy may be coming back to us this season. I could be incorrect, but. Don't quote me on that. And then
he was a big pickup last year too when they got him.
Oh, absolutely, and it was late in the season. The kid just went on a tear. So, any addition like that is quite welcome. But new players came in through the draft. I know we traded for a player from Pelham, and which we will see in the second series, which is going to be a midweek thing. We had our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which we'll get to in. For the opener, and then boom, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at Pelham. So, it's going to be a quick trip down to Birmingham, Alabama, which is 6 hours from the house here. So, good times. And I like Alabama; it's not too terribly far. But so I mean, we plan on doing things. We plan on doing. We really want to enhance that in-game experience, right? We want to make this thing as top-notch as we possibly can get. And then we're going to have our podcast / weekly shows going on. We are even going to have, and I'll be part of that as well, we're going to be doing a radio show on 97.7 Sports Talk with the gentleman over there, and it's going to be great. I had fun doing that last year. And
that's almost Sean Fox, right?
With Sean Fox, correct. And it looks like we'll be, it might be 4 o'clock on Wednesdays, it might be 5 o'clock on Wednesdays. We haven't ironed that out yet, but I believe it's going to be Wednesday evenings. Hey, and maybe Tuesdays. I don't know. Stay tuned. Either way, you'll know. We'll post about it. You'll see about it, and you'll know when we're going to have that all going on. So, so like I said, we're gonna do that. We'll have and our coaches show. All of those will be looking for partnerships for moving forward, and we'll get to that as well. But Sean Fox, I was on several shows last year with him, and it was really nice. It's good exposure for the team, and it'll help them along through hockey knowledge as well, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, and like I said, any time the team gets some more exposure, right, always good, especially on the radio side too. So going to be a lot of fun. And though I'm going to miss Pete some of the guys that aren't going to be on the team though this year, right? Talking about some of their leading scorers, Ethan Tiernan, right? No longer hit the age mark now, can't play anymore after from last season too. And also one guy I'm going to miss though too. Hayden Simerson, he was always cool dude in the locker room, right? Hanging out. He was always so much fun to be around. So another guy I'm going to miss. And, a lot of the kids are great kids, right? They welcome us with open arms. But we'll see how this team is going to, kind of battle back from last year. And, one player I do expect to have a really good year, that's Jared Lang.
Yeah, I do too. I think goaltending is going to be strong. I know they're looking to bolster. You look at the record from last year, and let's backtrack a little. You remember the fact that we were short benched for quite some time, right? We were waiting for some of the players to come in, and it was tough on the goaltenders, and it's tough on defense, and it's tough on everybody. You really have to rely on your conditioning as far as that's concerned. And then we saw some teams come in at the end of the season that had the same problem. They were short benched here, I believe. Possibly Atlanta and Carolina, they were a little short benched toward the end of the season as well. So. those things happen. But I think we're going to come out of the gate strong this year with everything. I think they bolstered the defense. I think scoring is also a priority. You got to be able to put those pucks in the net. I mean, scoring. Wayne Gretzky said it best. Key to winning more games is scoring more goals, right? But also stopping them and keeping defense in check as well is going to be key. So I think they've addressed a lot of the good issues over the offseason, and I think we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in good shape come 26, 27. Just a few short weeks away.
Yeah, no, it's coming up fast, so we're gonna see. It's gonna be fun. Hoping to see some of those kids though on the team down in that roller hockey tournament coming up in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's going to be. Oh boy, that's coming up quick too. Now you're going to make me pull my calendar. So I believe that's
August 8th and 9th, maybe
something
that
like that. Yeah,
weekends, somewhere
yeah.
around
So
there.
it's in St. Gabriel, so it's between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, a little closer to Baton Rouge. It's a soccer facility. It's an indoor soccer facility that they're tearing up all the turf, and we're going to have put on a hockey tournament down there with the New Orleans Hockey Group, and then have a couple days with that. And then switching gears, man, we're going to be just several weeks out of training camp. So yeah, roller hockey tournament's going to be cool, and then you'll be in for that. So that's going to be fun. I get to. Yeah, I was already asked if we'd call some games. I'm like, I don't know how we'll be able to do that, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll stream them live with this camera, and I don't know. We'll figure something out. That neither here nor there, but. Maybe get us in the rhythm again, huh? Maybe. And you want to ref a couple games, so that'll be fun.
We'll have to hand that job to Taylor. We're playing hockey. I don't know if we'd be calling the games, but
well, Taylor likes to watch, so I mean,
yes,
have him come down here.
yeah, we'll find an intern and we'll have someone do it. Maybe Holden.
Oh, Holden
But
would be great.
but it's good to see hockey though. Like I said, growing, and good to see some roller hockey finally starting to branch out down there in Louisiana too. So anytime you get more hockey, always good.
Yeah. Any hockey is good hockey at this point. I won't say ball hockey is great too, but definitely that's a different game, different style, different everything. So yeah, I mean, I know you guys are trying to get me to play too, and I really think I'm going to want to, but. We'll see stranger things.
But Pete, though, you were telling me though the team's getting some new merch. Maybe you want to mention that to the fans?
Yeah, they're going to be getting some. I know they're looking at some new stuff. I don't know if we ordered anything yet, but pretty soon. I mean, you're going to be able to see stuff. I mean, we got probably the best jerseys in the league, in my opinion. I mean, that logo's fantastic. The colors are great. So, I mean, we're going to have some good stuff. Good stuff coming up for the season. I know we've been talking about it, and it's. You'll see it before too long. I mean, we had some good stuff last year between hats and hoodies and T-shirts and the jerseys. The home, the aways, the alternates. Big fan of the black jersey myself. So even the Mardi Gras jersey, we plan on having our specialty jerseys throughout the season too. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things coming up. A lot of things we're going to touch on. I know I want to kind of just quick hit everything we possibly can here because we haven't done anything yet, so it's time to maybe give a little snack, a little appetizer to the Rougarou Nation here, and say, hey, this is what's going on. But as we did talk about the schedule, and the schedule is coming up really quick. It's online, I believe, too. But even to take a quick look at that, like I said, that first opening week, we got the 11th through the 13th at home against the Drillers, and those are early afternoon games, all three of them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then that quick trip over midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, over to Birmingham to play the Prowlers. Then we're back home again against the Austin Ice Bats for three. We have a random game October 10th against the Louisiana Drillers, another quick hit with our rivals to the southeast. Then we travel to Austin, and then we're home for two stands in November for the Atlanta Capitals and the Pelham Prowlers come to town. We shoot back over to Pelham, play the Drillers once again in December, early on the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then we're back in Pelham again. And then right after that, we have the hockey tournament up in Blaine, Minnesota, which we are, I'm hoping that you and I are going to be part of this year as part of the broadcast team for that. We're going to do a little more information, but that's when I go to Chicago, so I believe I'll be potentially flying to Minnesota and then flying to Chicago right after the tournament. So that ought to be a blast, and Anybody wants to help out with that tournament, that'd be outstanding too. Please contact us for that, and I'll get some information for that as well. Then we go on to play the Texas Roadrunners right after New Year's. We're back at it, and then we're home for 2 against Pelham in Atlanta. We go to Atlanta in February around Valentine's Day-ish and finish off the season. And then we got the Roadrunners again, and I think we might actually be cut off here on the banner. Pull that out. There you go. We finish the season against Atlanta, March 12th, 13th, and 14th, and then I'll call it. We're in the playoffs. We have playoff time. So that's kind of what we're looking at as far as that's concerned.
Gonna have the hands full with the Drillers in that home opener, but gonna be a lot of fun playing them a couple times. All right, in the opening weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking. So let's see.
Got them 3 times though. It looks like on here.
Oh, as far as the Drillers are concerned.
Yeah, the Drillers.
Yeah,
3 times. Yeah. They played them a lot last year.
Yeah, we wow, man, we played like 23 times last year, so it seemed. I mean, it was like
it was a crazy number.
It was wild, and it seemed like we were playing them almost all the time. But I get it. It's convenient. It's good for travel because it's a bus league. We're not flying anywhere. It's just what I think the only thing we're going to be flying for would be Blaine, going to Minnesota for the tournament in December. So that'll be fun. It's always fun to just go out of town with the boys, regardless. We did that a couple years back with the Mocs, and we did that, and it's always fun for especially the broadcast team to go out, and you and I cutting up, and God only knows what we get into, and it's always something.
Always doing something, right? Always on some sort of adventure.
Yeah, the Adventures of Pete and Joe. I swear, it's something you get. You just happens. Maybe this year's the year we do the GoPro. We just always video whatever we're gonna do for at any given time. But something else we're looking for now too. So we are taking season tickets. So that being said, season tickets are on sale now. And what we're doing here is we have, go ahead and change this over a little bit because now it's over to the right and I can't really see what's going on. So let's save that and put that there. Bam. So game day is going to be, the seats are going to be general admission. So game day, you're talking $15 per person. And then for season tickets, it's $222 per seat, which is actually a 33%, a little bit over a 33% savings per seat when you break it down. If you're a season ticket holder, you're going to get early entry into the games. Haven't decided yet. It might be 15 minutes, but you're going to be able to get into the game earlier. Gates will open earlier for you at a specific window, and you go on in and get your seats. And that being said, we also, this season, are going to have some premium stuff. We've got premium suites, which are pretty darn cool, Joe. They wrap around the arena. And they're in the corners, they're on the sides, they're next to the penalty boxes, they're all over, and we have got a couple options for that coming for the season. So, and I've already got some information on that. So I mean, you have 2 options. For one option, you get just the tickets. You get 10 tickets per game. It's for 10 people for all 22 home games, and you're looking at $5,000 for the season for that. However, we also have another option, which is, in my mind, the better of the 2 options. For the 22 home games, you get the 10 tickets, you get 4 pizzas, 10 Coke products, 10 beers, 10 popcorn, candy, chips, $6,000. It's a great deal. Bring the whole family, bring corporate, bring whatever you need to do, but you get 10 tickets for each game. I mean, it's a pretty darn good deal. And there's some of the suites there down along the sides. Just as a quick little view, if anybody hasn't been to the arena, they've got you can see right along the boards. I mean, everything has couches. You have little like dorm refrigerators. It's well stocked. I see new furniture that was on the ice when we were there, on the concrete. But yeah, it's gonna be a really cool experience. You can see this is actually a shot with the mud bugs, and you can see that looks like could have been a sellout that night. So I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get loud in there, and I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, maybe they can put you and me down in one of those suites, actually, and this would be the game from there.
stranger things have happened. I mean,
I'm,
yeah.
it sounds like a good deal to me. I mean, right? They get pizza and fed the whole time. I mean, sign us up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, bring hot dogs out for us. It's also, that's one thing we'll have is
We'll drop the pizza, take Pete's hot dogs, and
yeah,
there you go.
yeah, yeah. Either way, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be totally different than what we were used to. Uh, we've got a different scenery, right? It's a whole new era as far as we're gonna see. Also, excuse me, we are looking for billet families as well. The billet families are on the radar. And that being said, I'll get some information right up for that. And the billet family, so it's for the season. You're gonna be their, their parent, their uncle, their aunt, their cousin. These kids need you. They need somewhere to live, so you're gonna be their mentor for the season. With that, you're going to get 2 season tickets per billet family, $4.50 a month stipend for the kids coming in. We're going to welcome them players come in from September till they leave sometime in March or maybe later. We'll see how long the playoffs last. You're going to build lifelong bonds with these guys throughout the course of you're shaping part of their adulthood. These kids all come in as kids, right? And they go out as some great young men. It's good to see. It's like watching your kids grow up and go to college. And a lot of these guys had gotten college scholarships this season, and they'll be playing in college after last year, which is pretty great. I believe we sent 7 to college after the season, which is pretty remarkable. You're basically helping these youth athletes succeed. You're letting these guys grow and do what they got to do. So if you're interested, there's a number on there for Katie Lofton, 347-7325, and you can give her an email too, klofton@rougarouhockey.com if you want some information on that as well. And I know that's on the Rougarou Facebook page, and help out when you can. I mean, we need those kids to have some places to stay.
Yeah, great opportunity to help out the organization, right, and build those bonds with these players, and getting the chance to watch them play. A lot of fun too, and especially for people who haven't grown up playing hockey, to experience that a little bit, right? You get to go to the rink, maybe go check out a practice, right, and see how that goes, and how some of these kids grow up playing some hockey. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what's neat too is you got a lot of these northern kids. I know last year we had a lot of kids from Michigan, right? We had a ton of Michiganders, and we had some Canadian kids. But so you got those kids moving to the south, so it's a little warmer here now. Shreveport does get a little cooler, I believe, obviously than New Orleans does, but a little cooler in the winter. But it's not what they've been used to up north. So a little warmer climate, a little more comfortable. You're not out there shoveling the snow. So it's a cool experience for them. Different food, a little different culture. Heck, we're a whole lot closer to Texas than we were just several months ago.
And it's all new to me too. So I got to say one thing. I'm so glad I'm not dealing with that humidity right now that I know everyone else is down there. But yeah, a lot closer to Texas, like you were talking about, being in Shreveport. I've never been there, so I couldn't really comment too much on it. But it's going to be an exciting time, and I wonder how many fans are going to come travel down from Monroe, and also going to get some fans in Shreveport. So it'll be cool to get some new fans, and also some fans who watch the Rougarou play down at the Civic Center.
Yeah, the only thing better than one junior team is 2, right? So it's going to be, there's a lot of hockey to be played in that building. Boy, from I believe East Texas Baptist plays there as well, and so now you got us 2 teams, and they've got so much going on. It's a great facility. Like I said, great personnel there. When I was there, it reminded me. I had little flashes. We were about to leave, and it reminded me a lot of when you walked in the foyer or the foyer, however you want to say it, at the old Chicago Stadium. It had that feel because that was all brick. It was very tight quartered. The hallways downstairs are pretty tight. Unlike the Civic Center was really wide open, right? It was like more like a municipal building, right? Like a office spaces or something. But this is a tight arena. You go in there and then boom, you walk up to this up a couple stairs and you're in the rink and you're like, wow, this is. You could actually like smell the history and the nostalgia in it, which is really cool. So it plays screams hockey. It seems old. It screams old barn. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to going down there and checking it out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, season coming up, really fast here. So we're going on to August. So training camp going to kick off really soon.
Yeah, really, really soon. And that being said, too, we are also partnerships, corporate partnerships. We are looking for them, accepting them. I'm going to make this bigger again because I shifted everything over and I've got the comments up there so we can see them. But yes, please reach out to us for if you're interested. We have so many different options for partnerships, from game media, uh, logos on jerseys, specialty jerseys. I mean, we have got pages. If you're interested, I'll send you a packet. We can have somebody send you a packet. It's a good 13 pages of information. There's all kinds of things in there. So we're looking for all kind of corporate sponsors for the 26-27 season. With that, we're looking to give, you're going to get the team jersey, season tickets. There's other perks that are going to be announced throughout the season. We're still working on those. Autographed at 12 by 18 frame team photo. Believe me, there's going to be some more stuff. We're still throwing some things out there. Stay tuned for that for sure. But in the meantime, we definitely are looking for our partnerships, so whether it be a glass company, for example. We want to go with that pest of the game, which is one of my favorite things. Definitely looking for a exterminating company for that. Kind of makes sense, right? But reach on out. We'll send you a packet. You can send it to me, Pete Rougarou, hockey@gmail.com. Phone number's on there, 225-800-7038. And actually, this week we did get our first little sponsorship too from Marty and Mark's Jewelry Watch Repair. So they're going to be one of our first. They are currently our first sponsorship of the podcast, which podcast, show, whatever. But we're looking for sponsorships for this show. And that being said, the media. There's endless partnerships for our media this season. Everything from broadcast commercials, which we'll get. If you have a commercial, great, we'll use it. If not, we can shoot those as well. Instant replays, starting goaltenders, period sponsors, and list goes on and on. We've got all kinds of options. You can either contact myself once again or Jeremy at jeremyrougarouhockey@gmail.com too. And all this information also is on the Rougarou Facebook page, or will be, and we'll have it up for you guys to look at. Need anything, you're looking for anything, we will help you out as soon as we possibly can. Actually, and the Loftons are out there too, hitting the ground running, so they're helping out with partnerships as well. So looking to do big things, and one of the big things too, we're looking for major help for the big tournament this winter in December up in Blaine, Michigan, for these kids that play in that. Every team in the NA3HL is playing in that tournament. It's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. But like anything, things do cost money, and it costs money to do these things and run a hockey team. So we look for your support, and we can't wait to see who's all going to be on board with us this year for some Rougarou hockey.
Look at you, Pete, doing everything. Graphics, sponsorship, broadcast. I mean, a man of many talents, a Swiss Army knife, I guess, now these days.
Yeah. We're trying to run a hot dog business, and
that too.
I believe, speaking of hot dogs, I think
a comedian too.
I think, yeah. Well, that's part time, but I believe Big Pete Chicago style hot dogs may be the sponsor. I'd like to do the hot dog of the game. I mean, the player of the game at the end of each broadcast. And speaking of the broadcast, our broadcast will be all on NATV, which you have to subscribe for. So you look that up if you want to watch the game, the home and away games. However, we will be broadcasting live game day audio, and all of our content on Bayou State Rougarou TV on YouTube, and we're going to offer that too. Hey, you never know. We may get a TV deal. You never know what we're going to get up there, right?
Yep, or Radio 1 too. We'll keep the fans posted and keep them updated.
Yeah, absolutely. We things ever change around here. You never know what we're going to get, but we want to do big things, like we said. I just look forward to kind of a clean slate. really be able to do things that we really need to do and make this broadcast fantastic.
Yeah, no, and yeah, it's kind of how you kind of attack it, right? Every single year, the start of every season, it's a new year, and you hit the reset button, you start back in game one, and the whole climb again, and it goes by so fast. So we gonna get going here pretty soon, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it. I mean, it's we're in July. We're almost out of July. Hurricane season is kind of rolling a little bit here. We had a little potential scare for a tropical storm that really wasn't much. Bertha, we hardly knew you. She kind of blew through, and actually we didn't really even get rain over here until yesterday. It kind of scooted through. I believe the storm was already in. It wasn't even a storm anymore. It was a depression over in San Antonio, and we were getting the tail end of it yesterday. We had some downpours and things like that, but that's all done. Sunny skies now, and it's hotter than Hades down here. It's like walking outside into Satan's breath. So, yeah. Well, so when you come down in a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah, you know
like
what?
This is
Yeah, never really had to deal with the humidity in Louisiana, and never had to deal with the hurricane too. So hopefully that never happens, because I'm not going to be getting on a flight.
Yeah, no, you should be good. There shouldn't be anything for the next couple of weeks. They're looking out as far as that's concerned, and giving you some kind of an update on what's going on.
Listen, Pete, listen, I had to do the weather, so that's one job you could be wrong at. So, being a weatherman, that's, yes, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but, we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun, though, and hockey's coming up, and, for all the hockey players out there, maybe some Rougarou players join the hockey tournaments, come play down there, maybe come shoot some pucks on Pete. Not sure how many he's going to stop. My guess is probably not a lot, but it's going to be fun. That one down in St. Gabriel. What is it? The New Orleans Hockey Group. So got an upper division and a lower division. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. They're going to do a draft tournament. They're going to take, it's going to be, everything's going to be divvied up as evenly as possible, from your top tier players to even your novice skaters, your club. Everything is going to be combined, and the teams are just going to be evened out as well as possible. So it should be pretty entertaining. I think they're going to go eight players per team-ish, which is usually that roller hockey sweet spot. So I think that's what they're going to do. But I mean, I did send you some things yesterday, and in my neck of the woods here, I was pretty excited yesterday morning when I woke up. I was like,
"Oh no,
boy!" Had some
oh no!
Got pretty excited.
Oh man, here we go.
So I gotta say,
here we go.
It's showtime back in Chicago, my
Oh my gosh!
88 is back.
He couldn't hold it in.
Couldn't hold it in. Absolutely not.
He could not hold it in.
Now Jersey came back out. I'd be willing to bet. I've heard two things. I heard A, Kaner could be the captain. However, he's the professional enough to say, you know what, right now this is Bedard's team, and if he's only going to be here for a couple of years, no trade clause too, no movement clause. So he is here for two. It helps too that your son was born here, and he's lived in Chicago more than he's lived in Buffalo, to be honest. So it's like, this is really his home. He's got a big, beautiful, I believe $4.5 million home up in Lake Forest, Illinois. So he never sold that. He's back. 88 is back in. PK 88's here, and he was already on the ice yesterday. He was wearing his Red Wing gloves, but that's okay. We can't fault him with that. But
maybe we can get Jonathan Toews to unretire for just one more year and join the Blackhawks. That I would be okay with.
It's funny you say that. Look, you never say never, right? And that's something that it could. Unfortunately, with Taser, I believe he had long COVID. He had some other issues too, and he played well. He played very well. It's just a shame, as a Hawk fan and watch these guys. I can't believe those two guys were together for 16 years. Well, Kane was here for at least 16, and it's just like, man, I can't even. That was a long time.
I'm not even a Blackhawks fan, but one player I do miss watching playing for the Blackhawks is Marian Hossa. He was always a lot of fun to watch, and Patrick Sharp, another good one too as well. But Marian Hossa, he was a lot of fun to watch. Played for
Yeah, Hawks
Pittsburgh
did
and then
well.
Detroit and then going to Chicago. So
Well, yeah, that was OU. So yeah, he went to Pittsburgh and he couldn't get it done there. And he went to Detroit and they
couldn't
couldn't
get
get
it
it
done
done
there.
there. Came to Chicago and when he came to Chicago, they had a whole cast of characters that season.
Oh
He
man,
came in with
Duncan Keith, you guys had everybody. Crawford. That team was so good. They were so stacked. I mean,
yeah,
it kind of
Kopetsky.
turned in. Go ahead.
We had so many players that come in. We had Kopetsky came in, and we had Brian Campbell had come in, and they just bolstered that defense. But the Blackhawks had a great farm system as well, so they really promoted from within. Chicago sports in general has a really good. It's not so much a bolster. They really don't have a farm team, but great farm systems right now. The White Sox, first place White Sox, with a great farm system once again. That's what they had back in 2005 and 4. And the Hawks had a good feeder system, and right now I think their goaltending room is strong as any team in the league. So I'm looking forward to a respectable hockey season in Chicago once again. I really think this helps out, especially with Bedard, possibly being out till sometime in November.
Yeah, man. That team though was so good. That dynasty team that they had. I'm not even a Blackhawks fan, but at one point I couldn't stand them. They kind of reminded me of the Patriots, right? They just kept winning, and you're just like, all right, I'm tired of this team now, right? It's the same team, but here goes Chicago, and to go to the first round, beat whoever, right? Usually you're gonna be like the Predators, something. Then at some point they're gonna go play the LA Kings, and that's gonna be a good series, and you just hope to God they lost, and they never did. They just kept winning and winning and winning and winning. So, but a lot of fun to watch. But if you're a Blackhawks fan, and I guess fan of hockey too, right? But I just got kind of tired of watching them win. They just kept doing it, and man, but I miss watching a lot of those players too. There was so much fun. Seabrook, Crawford, all the guys. I know I'm forgetting a lot of them, but good team, and good to see Showtime back. Andrew Shaw, I'll never forget when he headbutted that overtime goal. I think it was against the Ducks. They didn't allow it, but still funny to watch. One of my favorite no goals that he scored.
Yeah, there were some absolute warriors on that team. And actually, let me pull something up real quick here. But and hey, and now the Rougarou are going to go make their new memories, right? With the new chapter, new building. You see some of these kids. I'm excited to see what we have in training camp. Who came in? Who's coming back? It's going to be a lot of fun. See what the goaltending looks like. See what our defense looks like. It's going to be exciting. It's like the first day of school, right? That's when you're like in the anticipation. It's like, oh, who's my new teacher going to be, and who's going to be in this class, and that's kind of how this is going to be too. But same old you and I. So that'll be.
Well,
I'm just trying to pull something up here.
Looking forward. It's going to be fun year, and just trying to build off from last season and see what they can do and who the returners are going to be, and we'll get some new faces, some new blood on the roster, and we'll see if they can climb to a higher spot in the division. They were fourth, right? They finished fourth this season, so maybe we'll see if they can try to finish maybe top 2 in the division.
Yeah, that's very possible too. I mean, it's. You said you didn't have to contest with the drillers. I mean, if you want to set that as your bench point, sure. But all you got to do is you win your games you play. Kind of, we've talked about that before. You win the games that are at hand. You worry about what you can control, not what everybody else is going to control, and you just go about your business night in, night out. You stop the pucks you have to stop, and you have that good communication. You get the camaraderie. You get that locker room culture.
Yep.
All these things come into place in coaching, and I'm so sorry we've kind of neglected Coach Paul McLean and Tristan Allen. Coaches coming back this year. Two good coaches, and good with the kids, good with the families. I mean, it's and good for us too. I mean, it makes our job a little easier too when you get really good guys to work around and you're like-minded, right? And everybody's looking for the same goals, and we're all pushing to strive for the same common achievement.
Yeah, too, and just going back as well, I wanted to touch on as well. Like I said, finished fourth last year. A realistic spot too for this team is they could obviously two-peat, maybe jump to that third spot. Kind of fighting with the Carolina Rage. They finished 24 22-1 last year. So maybe a spot that they could realistically push to. Like I said, I mean, yeah, the Texas Roadrunners at number 2. They were 30-17 last year, but I think those are an area that this team could definitely jump to, number 3 or number 2.
Yeah, and Carolina is no longer in the league. They disbanded this season, I believe, or I don't know how you call it in this league as far as that's concerned. But if you
Yeah,
take a look
but
at
the spot though is what I meant though. Is jump into that at least.
Right. So I mean, this year we're looking at our division, the Southeast Division. We've got Atlanta. So we got the Atlanta Capitals once again. The Texas. I remember last year I almost called them Texas Roadhouse. I felt so bad, but we do love Texas Roadhouse, so we'll give them a cheap plug because that's probably where our taste buds usually lie. Louisiana Drillers once again. Bayou State Rougarou, the Pelham Prowlers, and the Austin Ice Bats. That rounds out our Southeast Division moving forward for this season. So, I mean, as far west as we're going to go, it looks like Austin. Yeah, it looks like Austin, and or as far west, rather, and as far east as Atlanta. So, relatively local. Texas Roadrunners aren't too far away. Pelham, a quick little jump, and of course, the Drillers just a couple hours down the road in Louisiana, not too far over there in Lafayette. But we're talking about Andrew Shaw. But you talk about a face of a warrior. That right there. I mean,
there he goes again, fangirling about the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Hey, look, you got to give me something, man. We haven't had nothing to go on the last couple of years other than drafting Bedsy. We all thought Kyle Davidson was nuts for trading the first round, the number 4 draft pick. But you know what? As they say, there's always a method behind the madness.
Yep.
And that's true. That being said, closing thoughts on this. This is our first show here for many to be had as we're early on in the season. This is kind of like an early taste of what's to come.
Yeah, nope, going to be a fun year. Excited for it, and I'm excited to see this roller hockey tournament coming up, right? And Tristan Allen skating going to be fun. So.
Yeah. Apparently Tristan said he was going to skate. We're going to see how that's going to unfold. So,
I just want to see you skate, Pete. But I mean, we all don't get what we want though sometimes.
As the Rolling Stones say.
But that's going to wrap up this episode.
Yeah. So I guess that's about it. I thank everybody for tuning in. I know we still have some viewers. We had plenty of comments, but this will build throughout this season. We look forward to doing some stuff inside the barn down there at George's Pond at Hirsch Memorial Coliseum. Such a long name, but really, really cool place. Kind of also reminds me of the old, the outside of the Memorial. What do we even call it? University of Illinois. It looks like their football stadium. And it looks a lot like that. Maybe it could have been the same architect. I think the building's from the '60s. That one in Illinois is probably from the 40s, but could have been the same architect. Who knows? But it's going to be a beautiful building. We're looking forward to playing in front of the fans and calling the games once again. But we'll try to. Might not be every week coming up, but once we get some new information, we'll have some information for everybody. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it for me. It'll be a fun year.
Yeah, it will be. We're looking forward to it. So, once again, for the voice of the Bayou State Rougarou, Joseph Furtado, and his sidekick Pete Furcano, myself, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Rougarou Weekly Podcast Show, whatever we're going to call it. But we'll see you next time. And until then, let's go Rougarou.